What's something you secretly judge people for? What they name their kids. If it's a normal name with a weird spelling, I'm judging so hard. People crying in front of the camera and posting it on social media. Also giving a sentimental gift to someone and recording their emotional response. Even with permission, it feels like it takes away from the genuine gesture and turns it into something exploitative. Whether they have manners or not. Chewing food with their mouth open. I had a neglectful upbringing and didn't know I chewed with my mouth open until my boss told me. I was 26. I was mortified. It took me almost a year to eat with my mouth closed. Sometimes people just need to be told nicely. How they treat complete strangers out in public. Yeah, how they treat waiters, cashiers, anyone they might view as below them. Parents who are constantly yelling at their kids. Went to an animal supply store with my dad and dog. In the checkout line, we see this lady screaming at her son for crying about a toy or something. I think he was also afraid of my dog. She's a Great Dane, and she was being a little loud playing with the bone she picked out, but I couldn't understand what he was saying because of Mom. This psycho was red in the face yelling at her son in public. I had to take my dog out to the car because she was scared of the yelling, so I didn't see what else happened. But my dad finished checking out, and he said that on their way out the kid literally ran into the street outside the store and Mom was just indifferent. She didn't even react to her child running into the road. Some people shouldn't have children. I don't like people who don't return their shopping carts, but I never say anything. Hygiene. I'm looking at you, coworker of only 10 people in the building that rushed into the toilet, took a giant dump, wiped quickly and walked straight for the door. I didn't hear any turning on at the faucet. Had a coworker who pinched a loaf in the stall next to mine. Our bathroom only had 2 stalls. Smelled like old bread. When she was finished, she left without washing her hands and went straight to the break room fridge and started touching and moving things around in there. From then on, I never put my food in the fridge and just kept it in an insulated bag at my desk. Fuck that shit. Nasty ass people. Having their butt crack out. A little slip is fine if you realize immediately, and then pull your pants up. But if you're sitting at a table with several inches out for an extended period of time, how do you not feel the breeze going through that canyon? My mother does this on purpose and screams at family members when they ask that she not expose her entire derriere on the day that she meets her kid's new boyfriend. I sat behind a guy at a seminar. All metal chairs. His butt crack was touching the chair. How do you not feel that? Those wooden signs they have in their homes that say, gather, or some shit like that. Love, laugh, love. Why did you waste your money on that? Or signs that say what the room obviously is. Kitchen laundry room. Bad driving. No turn signal, tailgating, treating the drive like a race. Inching forward a tiny bit at a time at a red light that's clearly not going to turn green anytime soon. Then when it does turn green they don't go because they're looking at their phone. People who cut in lines. Oh, I'm not secret about that. I flat out tell them, the line ends down there, you just cut in front of people. Usually works, but I've had a few blatantly ignore me, so I just say to them, or you can continue to be an a-hole, okay? Anyone who carries a loudspeaker or boombox blasting out their music playlist in public. People that talk on speakerphone in public, holding the phone like a slice of pizza to their mouth, so the person on the other end can hear them clearly with all the background noise. Because, you know, using the phone in a normal way where everyone else doesn't hear your call is not an option. Being a selfish, disconnected, neglectful parent who complains about being a parent even though they don't do jack shit for their kids. If you drive a big, loud-ass truck, it kills me. They sound like they're really going fast, and then you look, and they're going 12 miles per hour. The big, loud-ass trucks with headlights that you can see from space are high on that list as well. Like, cool, glad you can see 3 miles down the road, Brock, but now I'm flash-banged and can't see a fucking thing. Asshats. The attention seekers on Facebook that post things like, Google Maps screenshot of the local hospital. Well, that was crazy! And then they just watch the likes and the comments pour in. But they don't respond to anything or give any details as to what happened. Immediately believing one side of the story just because they heard it first. It's the worst when the other party tries to correct the narrative, and they won't listen because they don't want to choose sides or get involved. If you listen to the first person story, but won't listen to the other, congratulations, you chose a side. Especially if you ever comment on the situation. When people do good for others and video it to put online, I get that Aristotle says that the greatest good is a good that helps both parties. But it doesn't sit well with me. In my experience, those who go out of their way to showcase how much a good person they are rarely a good person once you scratch past the thin mask. Especially when it's influencers who record themselves helping, exploiting, disadvantaged people. It's performative and gross and sad. Letting their kids roam around and destroying things in stores or restaurants. Also letting them hurt others physically. It happened to my fiancé when we were at a birthday party. This 8-year-old kept hitting him as hard as she could, and he didn't do anything in fear that it would cause drama. There is a crazy amount of performative parents, as well, who let their kids run free until someone else comes by and it suddenly looks embarrassing. Then they give their kids the old, "Stay near me, Caden," as their hell spawn continues to roll on the floor or whatever they were doing. So many parents just don't care until it gets embarrassing. Making politics a core part of their identity. Secret, because getting into a conversation about it with those types is utterly exhausting, and I'd rather avoid it. People who will whip their phone out to start video recording you and anything else, for everything and anything. This one time I randomly bumped into someone I grew up. Well, they noticed me first from far away. Instead of saying hi, he took my picture and posted it on Facebook with a caption like, "Look who I bumped into." He chose to turn me into social media content instead of having a human interaction. Bummer. Fat parents stuffing their young children with bad food. Not cleaning up after your dog. If you do this, I believe you to be an a-hole. Cleaning off my shoe, or my kid's shoe, blasts a 15-minute hole in my already crazy busy day, all because you don't want to spend 5 seconds cleaning your dog's shit. And don't fool yourself that nobody is going to step there. Kids, especially, step everywhere. People who don't say thank you or please. Asking questions they would know the answer to if they used their brains for 2 seconds. Face tattoos, especially words or phrases. Not, "You must be a criminal," but, "You followed a really stupid trend in an effort to seem authentic." This right here. I'm not some old codger that hates your tattoos because I think they're immoral, or that you're some kind of deviant. I don't even hate your tattoos. I silently judge your tattoos because they're tacky, demonstrate that you mindlessly follow trends, and illustrate that you will spend hundreds of not thousands of dollars to try to be cool. If can't turn off the corporate per hour jargon in a casual setting. Those who feel superior to others when they don't indulge in junk food or television. Or even worse, in my opinion, are people who condemn video games but watch a bunch of TV. A good friend of mine married a woman who all but forbid him from playing video games, but you bet your ass that watching 2 hours of The fucking Office every night is fine. Not being able to be on time. I don't mean running late every once in a while. I'm talking about people who literally cannot bring themselves to be on time ever for anything. Get up earlier, set a timer, do something to fix it, or stop apologizing for being late because you clearly aren't sorry. Spreading info that isn't true and acting like they know what they're talking about, even though they clearly don't, just because their opinion fits their narrative. If they honor their word or not. Taking charge of your words when you are not in the mental state to take charge of your emotions is very much respectable. Walking a dog without a leash outside of the designated areas. Also, if you cannot control your dog when it's off the leash in the designated areas, don't take it off the leash. Doesn't matter what the size, breed, or temperament of your dog is. If you don't understand why, or still think it doesn't apply to you, you don't deserve a dog. Smoking. Having kids by the dozens and then cry beg rant you don't got shit for them or that you deserve for others to step up to take care of your kids. Bitch bye. Dirty fingernails. No matter how much I clean my fingernails, and under them, I can't always get the buildup of grease and oil out. Please be patient with us. Their ability to listen without cutting people off in group conversation. When people film shit and don't help when something bad happens. Like if someone is hurt. Why are you still filming? Help them. Being obese. Used to be 280 to 300 pounds. Judge might be the wrong word, but more strongly empathize and wish I could help, which eventually leads me to getting angry. It's not very rational, especially because I know exactly how it happens. I just wish these people realized what a better quality of life is available to them, especially younger children. In those cases, I do judge the parents. How they speak. When people consistently use incorrect grammar, I can't help but feel like they're not that intelligent. When someone constantly tries to finish your sentences for you, especially when they in fact do not do it correctly. What's something you secretly judge people for? Leave a comment and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this one.